The last best place, Montana. Much of it appears untouched by human hands, but if the mountains could talk, they would tell the stories of explorers, travelers, and Indians that have combed this country for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Good evening, I'm Brenda Painter. Tonight, we have the story of one of these groups who have made Montana a place to live. They are the Metis. Here in Montana, you may have heard them called the Little Shell Tribe or landless Indians of Montana. Their history is like no other Indian tribe, and their plight to gain federal recognition of their culture continues. The word Metis is a French word meaning mixed blood. The Metis people have their origins in Canada, along the Red River, which flows 545 miles north from its source in south-central Minnesota to Lake Winnipeg. The original inhabitants of the area were the Cree and tribes of Chippewa. In the early 1700s, Europeans began to arrive to cash in on the rich fur trade. Many of these fur trappers and traders took Cree and Chippewa women for wives, and a new nation was born, one of mixed blood of Indian and European ancestry. They were literally Metis. In a history of the Metis people written by Matthew Hansen, he writes, Metis life and culture along the Red River reflected their mixed racial and cultural background. In their relatively short history as a people, they evolved a way of life that was neither French nor Cree, but unique as a blend of both. Most of them spoke both French and Cree, as well as a new language called Metis, which blended French nouns and Indian verbs. The common dress was a mixture of Cree and European elements, with moccasins for footwear, and men wore buckskin shirts, often beaded in Cree floral patterns. They wore black wool trousers bound below the knee with beaded garters or decorated wool or buckskin leggings. The women usually wore black wool dresses and black silk headscarves, and sometimes brightly embroidered shawls or aprons. In the late 19th century, trouble arose for the Metis people in Canada. White settlers, many of them former Canadian soldiers, moved into the Red River Valley and began to persecute the Metis. Some of them murdered several Metis leaders, and tensions and violence began to rise. The Canadian government sided with the new settlers and said Metis leaders were leading a rebellion. It was during this time that the Metis people began to leave the Red River region. While some battled to keep their land, others escaped persecution and prosecution by fleeing across the border. But their presence was not welcome in the United States either. Again, they faced prejudice from all sides. Many went into hiding and isolation to avoid further conflict. One small band of the Metis people ended up west of Choteau in the canyon of the South Fork of the Teton River. When we come back, we'll talk to some of the descendants of this group to learn more about the culture of the landless Indians. Stay with us.